university. Finally finished yesterday, studying economics, maths.
My name is Adam Atour. I'm just finished year 13 as well, and I studied business, drama and economics.
I'm Sophie Stuckey, and I've just finished my AQ and in economics, and Farah was my teacher.
I hated it. It was my worst subject. I really did. I wanted to drop it at the end of the first year, and just, I don't know what kept me on it. My grades weren't up to standard. I just really hated it.
Before, it was kind of a waste of time.
We only had one teacher, Mr Dube, and he was working with business as well, so the workload was a bit too much on him, so I couldn't really go to him.
If you had a problem, it was kind of like, I'm just going to have to read the book because I don't really understand even when the teacher did explain it.
The only thing we could do is, obviously because there's higher students in the lesson who know a bit more, you just have to ask them as if they were teachers. That was the only help we could have got.
When it came to the exams, it was a bit like lost.
It was just one level and it was just going straight through, and it was just like not even asking whether we were alright with it or anything.
I don't have a clue.
It was demotivating. It was very demotivating. I really felt like low point.
Our teacher couldn't really control or engage the class.
We wasn't taught exam technique, we weren't taught theory, so we only get the bare minimum grade.
I just remember feeling really bad for the teacher all the time.
It wasn't actually taught in a lesson. We never dedicated a lesson to evaluation.
People start talking and that's very rude, but then I would find myself talking as well, and it's just because if you're not engaged and you can't understand it, and a certain time along in the year you just give up.
It just made things so much harder because I had no one to go to and no one to speak to.
But then you and Mr Ennis came to teach us and it just improved.
Everybody would have an idea of the direction of the lesson.
They had a lot more focus and a lot more control.
Like teachers even had lesson plans. We've never really seen that before. The teachers would come in and they'd write up on the board what we're going to do for the whole lesson, what our aims are, objectives are, and we never had that before.
I don't know, there was just much more engaging teaching, like you actually wanted to listen.
We even had like resources, like we had proper books this year, we had proper textbooks, proper writing books.
I felt really comfortable and I thought I really enjoyed it. I really began to actually really enjoy economics. Yeah.
We had loads of group discussions or group debates.
Easier to communicate and, I don't know, just get on really.
Each year we'd have tasks where we'd have to get up, we'd have to mix with, because obviously our class was split into two kind of groups of girls and boys.
Yeah.
We had to mix.
Cassie loved it.
We had to do like tasks, even with his papers.
We organised lots of group sessions where we had a talk to the boys and the boys had to talk to the girls, which is good because there's got a lot of thoughts going.
There was a lot more respect, more active learning.
Things we've done with you where we had to stand up and read, and it helped us in all aspects. Go to any of the two teachers and I could just ask them, and
to have that extra bit of attention.
It enabled me to enhance myself.
I suppose we took advantage a little bit of your open arms, but we did just ask you any question we needed answering at any time, which was really, really helpful.
I'd go to them after school and they would sit me down for 15 to 20 minutes and they would go through the whole thing I needed.
It was more, it's like what's that word, custom-made education.
Every time I needed teachers, they were available and everything.
But the teaching was made to suit those different levels as well. And we had the objectives on the board, so it was like, I think it was most should and some could. But also nobody ever felt excluded.
Investment club.
Yeah.
Investment club.
We had revision classes. Doing extra economics classes were really good because we could ask a question. There was that we actually needed to be answered.
With half term or full Easter holidays or Christmas holidays, we had Holiday Academy where we could come in for at least 2 days a week, and the teachers would come in and help us and sit down with us.
More like adventure, where you have to go to the library first, study room, and you find your name with work pinned on the wall. And you get that, go to the canteen, and there's work all across the wall. And then yourself.
And you have to watch a YouTube video.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
You gave us Boxing Billion, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was really good. I found that really, really interesting.
Yeah, it was really different. So sitting down in the classroom stuck in my head. Yeah.
How it all.
It was a self-assessment sheet where the teacher would find out what you need help on most.
We had strangers copies of their exam papers, and we would compare our own with theirs, and where they get points where we didn't, and then we would go through Bloom's taxonomy, and you know, it would be like a checklist almost.
That for me was evaluation points, and I was helped with that rather than other things that I didn't think.
And that was really, really helpful. Sometimes stuff that was even off the syllabus would be taught to us. It would be more interesting, and it would make you work harder, and it would give you more confidence if you were to put it on the exam paper.
And I don't know why I stayed on, but I'm very glad I did.
Well, my grades changed a lot upwards, and I think everybody else did as well.
I want to do business economics next year in university. And that was just because of this last year in economics.
And now I'm going on to do politics at university, and I feel quite prepared for it. One thing that could have been improved with teaching Unit 4 would be to make it more real.
Exam practice earlier.
Yeah.
So people can get identify where they are now.
So sometimes it got a bit confusing because there were like the same type of graph for the different things but had slightly different lines. And
Try and do like an exam question from the very early stages. Say you teach someone GDP, then have at least try and give them an exam question at the end of the week about GDP or something like that.
And maybe you could have done the graph in the same way that you pushed in key terms with like, I don't know how you do graph bingo, but like flashcards.
Do that question was really hard.
Kind of inspiring and a bit dreamy.
No, it was really good. Everywhere I went, I had these handouts with me, football training. My teammates were like, "Oh, what are you reading?" I was like, "Economics." I was like, "Huh?" But I really enjoyed it. I was proud of it.
I was sad that we weren't going to have the lessons anymore. I was actually sad that I wouldn't be able to sit here with Darlene and Ameera and learn more and just carry on doing it, because I always found it very rewarding, and it was something, because it's something that you can actually, if you work hard at